Hello and welcome to Tiny Table Talk for The Challenge, Season 37, Spies, Lies, and Allies, Episode 16. Now before we can get into this video, let's hear a word from today's sponsor. Do you have muscles? If you do, you probably had a muscle or two sore. I know I have. I normally get it from working out or sitting at my computer for far too long. That's when I like to reach to the Charles Warren All-Natural Sweet Ginger Vapor Rub. It is made with 6 all-natural oils and butters. And did I mention that the packaging is biodegradable? Another product I love to use is the Coconut Milk and Oats Body and Foot Powder. It's talc-free, baking soda-free, and cornstarch-free, all while keeping my feet sweat-free, and it smells like fresh coconut cake. And right now, if you go to charleswarrenpresents.com and use my promo code at checkout, you can get a discount. All the information and a link is down in the description below. Thank you so much to Charles Warren Presents for sponsoring this video, and now on to Tiny Table Talk. Now with this Tiny Table Talk coming so close after Thanksgiving, I wanted to show my gratitude and thanks to everyone who watches my review and recaps on the challenge, my Tiny Table Talks, my challenge videos in general, that I thought it would be fun to have a comment palooza where I went and grabbed a whole bunch of comments from my Thursday's review and recap, and I'm going to read, reply, and answer a ton of comments from my Thursday's review and recap. So without further ado, let's jump into these comments. The first one being from Oliver that said, "That yacht attire though reminds me of the plane challenge from War of the Worlds." I had to look back and yeah, TJ looked like the pilot in that one. Now when that Top Gun episode happened, a lot of people had comments asking me if I just had that plane suit lying around. I actually did have that boat stuff lying around because one season way back when I reviewed and recapped Below Deck Mediterranean, I believe. I read some of the comments saying that they liked the outfit swap, and I'm glad everyone did because I thought it would be a fun touch. Comment number 2 comes from Olivia, who says, "I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the vault for the daily challenge, I thought it was going to be another P3 Power Snack sponsor. Also, I feel like they are just setting everything up for a Rivals 4. I totally forgot about that P3 pack in the vault, and yeah, they just reused that vault, but instead put tons of cash in it, well, fake cash in it, but that was a good catch. I totally forgot about that P3 pack. And I would be down for a Rivals 4, please. Brian comes in with a comment saying, "I would have liked on the daily challenge for them not only to fill up the cars with money, but have to drive to a checkpoint, so they had to find a way to fit in the car with the money. That would have been awesome." And yeah, that would have made putting it in the car a lot more strategical, because there was a point where Tori was like yelling like, "Yeah, but they gotta fit it in the car, they gotta fit it." It's like, fine, like it's easy to fit the money in the car. Like if you're worried about them dumping the money in the car, they got that on lock. But yeah, if they had to actually fit everybody in their team in the car and have to drive somewhere, ooh, that could have like really leveled the playing field with the team that had the most people. Yes, they would be able to bring the money back a little bit quicker than the team that had like 4 or 3 members, but then having to fit 5 members in the car, now that would have been interesting to watch. Parente comes in with a comment saying, "Also, are we not going to talk about the lack of trivia? If this isn't already a lackluster season, it certainly is without trivia. Let me hear your thoughts on Tiny Table Talk, Angel Man." Well, I'm pretty upset about it. This season, I don't know if it's because they have so many players from internationally and globally that they are like, no, we're not going to have a trivia challenge. It might be unfair or whatever. So to that point, I guess that they are just like, no, we're not going to have a trivia challenge unless they wanted to do it while they're in teams. I mean, that would have been interesting to have the teams do the trivia challenges. But yeah, I'm pretty bummed that we're not getting a trivia challenge, it looks like. Pete's coming in with his pro tips. "Demanding an apology almost never works. While I feel like Devin should have apologized, if only to assuage his friend's feelings, I also am a firm believer that apologies should be given, not demanded. Otherwise, they mean nothing and water down actual apologies. To me, both sides of the Tori/Devin fight were childish and stupid, which makes me think it was more for the cameras than anything else." Yeah, if you're sitting there going like, just apologize. Like, how much does that apology weigh when you go up to somebody going, just apologize, just say sorry, and everything will be fine? Like, if you have to say that, it doesn't make the apology feel real in my eyes. Maybe it would have felt better if Devin would have said like, "Okay, I hear how you're feeling, I'm sorry about that." But also Devin just being stubborn to say like, "No, I'm not going to apologize to one of my friends or my number ones." Like, how close are you if you're not going to apologize to someone after they say you hurt their feelings. But also, to your point, Pete, it could have just been all for the cameras. Whenever Tori's involved, I'm always skeptical because I don't know how much I can believe that something is 100% true, because last season, her and Devin did not like each other, and now this season they love each other. I feel like they were always friends, but they wanted to play up their like, oh, we're rivals last season, so when they come onto this season, they could be like, oh, we're #1 friends. We're hanging out with each other, and everything is all cool. Amir, Warrior Princess, says, Tori shows narcissistic tendencies, and Devin is blending real-life friendships with the game. I respect how Devin's playing, but the players who win usually separate the two. But that's the thing, is like, this season is so much about friendship, and everybody's like so close with each other, or close-knit with each other, that they seem to not be able to like see the difference between in-game and in real life. Like, everything is just blurred together. And if you take a shot at me, well, guess what? We're done. No more trips to Barbados or whatever, or Turks and Caicos. We're not going to be doing that on the off season, because I can't be with somebody who would do that to me. How dare you? For $1 million and to help you out and your family out? Ugh, the audacity. Chelsea comes in with a comment saying, Devin needs to calm his arrogance down. He hasn't made a ton of power moves, even though his team has had the power quite a bit. Devin also almost passed out in the last daily. If he does get to the finals, I'm curious to see how he holds up. Yeah, if what TJ was saying is that was like just a taste of what's to come in the finals, he's going to have a tough time. It seemed like he was like one of the people on his team that were having the most struggles. And even here with Let's Lisa saying, Nelson calling out Devin was my highlight. I loved Nelson finally like unleashing how he really felt to Devin. I think this is it. Like, everybody knows that the game is coming to an end, that the finals are so close. And yes, there could be a guy's day next week, but Nelson doesn't care, because this is the point where Nelson's like, I'm done with everybody. Like, my best friend was like thrown to the wolves and is gone out of the game. I've had to look out for myself this whole time, and I'm done. I'm done playing nice. I'm done with having a fake charade and everything. Like, and maybe Devin's getting on everybody's nerves, especially if you're not on his team and just like drinking the Emerald Kool-Aid, because even in the aftermath, everybody's just like, because it's everybody from Emerald, everybody's just like, oh, well said, Devin. You did a great job there. Oh, we're such friends for life. And I think Nelson's just like, I'm done. I'm done playing nice. We're so close to the end. Call me out. I dare you. Next comment comes from Yared, who says, I think Nelson's game has gone super underrated this season. He is killing it. He isn't winning challenges, but he hasn't gone to a single elimination. This might be his best season ever. I think Nelson has a better social game than what everybody is giving him credit for, or even knowing what it to be. It seems like he's chill with everybody. He's working out, he's talking with everybody. Maybe he's deemed as a huge threat because physically he is a beast. And also elimination-wise, he has a great record. So I think that we're seeing him thrive, especially without his #1 Corey in the game. So I think he's doing a fantastic job, even though he could have been on the outs and been on the bottom with Corey. He's been able to thrive this season, and I have to give it up for him. He's doing a very good job. David's coming in with a comment saying, I think there's a gas leak or something in the house this season. So many delusional people. Emmy thinking Emmanuel could save her. Yeah, that was weird. I mean, Emmanuel is doing well and is in with the vets, but it's not like he has any pull with the vets at all. They're going to do whatever they want to do, regardless of what Emmanuel says. Devin thinking it's impossible/wrong to apologize for hurting people's feelings. Tori not going to get back into an elimination to get on Emerald. CT thinking Kyle is plotting something. What are they all on? So many anticlimactic moments this season, but it is just entertaining enough. I agree. There's so many points in the episodes where I'm like questioning what is really in everybody's mind or what they're playing up to the camera. And yes, and that's the thing, is like CT's really confused me, because he's like, why would Kyle come over here? Is he gonna sabotage? Yeah, Kyle wants to come over to a team of 3 to sabotage and make it a team of 2. What? Like, that makes no sense. Like, I didn't understand that at all. I get that he was worried about the team dynamic and the vibe, but it just didn't make any sense to me. Sharon coming in with a comment saying, can we talk about how everyone throws a party theme from a country that Kyle is not from? Honestly, this was so embarrassing. Frankly, I felt terrible for him, but he always makes a good thing out of a bad situation. in the aftermath, because I watched this week's aftermath, Devin, apparently his best friend, threw the party and thought Kyle was from Scotland. So they had a Scottish themed party. Kyle was throwing out his cheeks and having a great time with the flannel, getting everybody into it. And I think Kyle just wanted to have fun. He wanted to just strip away the stress. They've been playing this game for so long, and he just wanted to have fun on his birthday. And I'm happy that he got to have fun on his birthday, and everybody was doing the river dance. Everybody came together. I really enjoyed that moment. Wistful comes in with a comment saying, I don't know if anyone felt the same way, but the edit made it seem like Emmy was going to lose to Big T until randomly Big T did a confessional saying, I messed up. And then Emmy puts the final piece and wins, but good for Emmy on her 4th elimination win. I'll be honest, the confessionals edit on every single elimination has thrown me for a loop. The one thing that got me on this one was when, right before TJ blew the horn to get the elimination started, that's when Nelson comes in with a confessional going like, Big T, you've messed up one too many times in a daily challenge, and it's your time to go. And then all of a sudden, halfway through the elimination, or when we come back from a commercial, then Nelson's going like, whoa, Emmy's really messing up here. My money's on Big T. And I was just like confused. The same thing happened with Bettina during her elimination with Emmy, where Bettina was like, oh, I'm so good. I feel confident about this elimination. And then halfway through, she's like, or one or two like pushes past it, she's like, all right, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I don't know how long I can do this. I'm done. It just confuses the crap out of me. I don't like it at all. Like, that's my major critique on the season, is how they edit the eliminations with the confessionals. The next comment comes from Sai, who says, I wanted Big T to win. I really don't get why the Ruby team didn't at least try to help Big T during the elimination. I can understand why they, or anyone, doesn't want her on their team, but she said that if she won, she would infiltrate the Emerald team, which could be an advantage for them because 1, Emerald team would get a player they consider quote-unquote weak or an anchor, as Devin said in the aftermath. 2, Sapphire would lose a player, and 3, Ruby would get either Amanda, Nani, or Casey. Now, Big T did mention that she would swap places with Amanda, which Amanda took to Twitter saying, yeah, we had a conversation and I told her, like, go, fine, do it. Do what's best for your game, which I love to hear Amanda say that she's just giving players really good advice and down-to-earth advice, even if it means her going back to Ruby. But all your points are fantastically made. Yeah, Sapphire would go down to 2 players, albeit 2 really strong players, but it is just 2 players. And then Big T would go over to Emerald, which, yeah, Emerald would freak out about that. And you would get Amanda, who I think showed how strong she is in this daily challenge, which her like team camaraderie, her teamwork, she can work in the team format. And also, Ruby needs a puzzle queen. They need somebody to do the puzzle because I think Nelson doesn't do well at puzzles, neither does Tori. Next comment comes from Kenny, who says, so sad to see Big T go. I was rooting for her. By the way, did you hear the rumor that Big T was eliminated first this season, but brought back because the cast did a second quarantine and the game restarted? Then she got a 3rd chance after Amanda beat her. She had to go in and prove herself because if she made it to the final by losing 2 eliminations and not winning 1, people would say she didn't deserve it. I did hear that rumor, and I have to say, first and foremost, that talking about Big T, she took to Instagram and said that after the episode aired that she is done with the challenge, that she got accepted into her cooking program, and so she is going to be doing that instead of coming to do the challenge. Now, she says that she's still going to prepare herself, keep on working on herself, and train and do the best she can. So maybe we will see her coming back to do the challenge at some point, but for now she's saying that she's done with the challenge and possibly retiring from the challenge. And I would love to see Big T back, but I completely understand where she's coming from. She wants to pursue other dreams and passions of hers, so I give her all the best of luck and much love. I'm happy that she was on the challenge for as long as she was, and she was always a joy to watch on the show. And also something I heard was that Big T, after losing the elimination, went off on CT, which if we have any footage of that, put that up. Like, instead of this aftermath with all the Emerald players, let's see this Big T blow up on CT. And then she also said to Emmy that CT was just using Emmy, which, yeah, of course he is. I mean, that's the game. Like, maybe he likes Emmy to a certain extent, but let's be real. If Berna would have acted like Emmy and would have been all chummy with all the vets and just did whatever CT said, then I think CT would have been all with Berna the whole season, and that would have been such a different story. But because Emmy is just like, yes, Uncle CT, whatever you say, Uncle CT, I'll do whatever you say. I'll go into the eliminations. I won't say anything. Vets till the end. It's like, if Berna would have acted like that, or if anybody would have acted like that, CT would have been like, yeah, you're drinking the CT Kool-Aid. I'm cool with you. Like, let's be real. That of course that's happening. Next comment comes from JRed657 saying, what are your thoughts on the after show this season? While I enjoy Devin as the host, I find them a little lackluster because it's basically just the original Emerald team over and over and over again. Now, I love Devin, and I love the idea of the after show, and I love the feeling of them being in studio, but if being on Zoom allows for more players and more variety of players to be on every single episode, I want to go back to the Zoom feeling. Like, let's go back to Zoom, because if we can't get a variety of players to come into studio and make the aftermath a little bit more constructive, a little bit more variety, then I would much rather do it on Zoom. YouTube Bearcat says, I would love it if Sapphire won next week and Nelson and Devin were in elimination and it was a hall brawl. Can you say Pancake Devin, Fajita Devin, Flatbread Devin? I think that would be interesting because of after this fight, it kind of set it up for a Nelson versus Devin, and it would probably break Nelson's hall brawl elimination streak to be like, oh, Nelson's going up against Devin in a hall brawl, and Nelson's just like, this is the final elimination before the finals. I'm going to win this. And he just goes in there, destroys, gets to infiltrate any team, and then runs the final. Like, that would be awesome. And the final comment comes from Sandra, who says, what do you think the format is for the finals? Also, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy post-Thanksgiving. My first instinct is that we're going to reshuffle the teams. So I think that could be a possibility, but my real thought is that it could be individual. So after the next male elimination, we then make it a solo game where I would like to see the finals run like free agents, where everybody swaps at different stages. They swap partners at different stages, and that would be fun because then it's like, oh, we're double agents. We have to work together. So now you're thinking, okay, did I make the right strategies throughout the game to get the right people in the finals, the stronger people in the finals, to where I've put myself in a good position to win the finals? And I think that would be fun because then you're spies. You have to always infiltrate. You're infiltrating everybody at one point, and you have to see, like, are we double agents? We're doubling agents because, oh, you were partnered up with this person. Now you're running the second phase against this person and kind of doing that. I think that would be fun. I've always wanted to have like another free agents final where everybody swaps partners and then you go solo at some point. I think that would be really fun to see. But that is it for this Tiny Table Talk. What do you think is going to happen in the finals? Let me know that in the comment section below. Who do you want to see in the next male elimination, and who do you want to see eliminated? Let me know anything and everything down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. While you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back really, really soon with more Challenge 37 content, more Challenge All-Star content, more content in general. Also, if you're free, join me on Saturday, November 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I will be going live on this channel right here, and I'll be going live with a few of my friends, and we're going to be talking about the Challenge, Challenge 37, Challenge All-Stars, Challenge from back in the day, Survivor, anything reality TV based. Majority of the conversation will flow through the comments in the chat, so if you have anything that you want to have discussed or said or have a question, you can join, and then I'll probably be reading the chat the whole time and talking with my friends. So it's gonna be really fun. I think it's gonna be a great time. So if you have some spare time on Saturday, November 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join us on this channel. And yeah, it should be a fun Saturday night. We're gonna probably go for like two hours around that time. So join at any point, and I would love to see everybody there. So thank you so much again, and until then, peace.